What's going on, guys? Daniel DeBrocke here. I'm at elitefts, and today we're going to be talking about utilizing eccentrics in your deadlift. Now, it's really important to note that you can apply these exact same strategies for the squat, for the bench, for the deadlift. A lot of the times people make the same mistake. So here's something I really commonly see people do a great job. They set up, they lift, they control down, and then they drop the last 10 or 8 inches. The reason why this can be problematic is that when you look at a sumo deadlifter, where do they struggle the most? They struggle the most off the floor. So if you can learn to really dominate that position off the floor, that's really going to help you finish the lift. Conventional pullers, if they miss at the top, a lot of the times it's because they messed up their position at the bottom. So they'll get into this great position, kick their hips up, and now they can't, and they start shaking, right? So if you're able to control the position all the way down, you can actually feel what it's like to be really rigid and pull the slack out of the bar and really force yourself into the bar. So you'll know what that bottom position feels like if you utilize eccentrics properly. So now I'm not saying that you need to do 4-second down or anything like that, but control it. Control it down and imagine the floor is made of an eggshell, right? Just a very light contact. So doing it that way is going to really help you dominate that bottom position, increase your bracing, increase your rigidity, and just make you more technical at executing the lift. So moving on to the bench press, one of the common issues that I see is when people get to the bottom, they tend to round their shoulders forward and kind of dump their chest. So they collapse their extension to their upper thoracic and their shoulders round forward. This is problematic for a couple of reasons. One, it puts a ton of orthopedic stress on your shoulders, which is not very good, especially long-term from a longevity standpoint, but we also lose tons of mechanical efficiency. So we might be able to, pop up and use momentum, get it out, but it's going to be fairly inconsistent. And again, when you're performing at a top level, you want to make sure that you can be as consistent as possible and again, train the muscles. So I'm going to show you a slightly more effective tactic. So when you're getting set up, again, you want to make sure that when you're coming down, you're not just dumping, okay? You want to make sure you're reaching your chest towards the ceiling. So as I'm coming down, reach. You can actually see my chest lifting up slightly. So I'm reaching the sternum up towards the ceiling. Again, imagine your chest is made of an eggshell and you're just trying to touch it without cracking it, okay? So moving on to the squat, one of the common issues is people losing stability in the hole. They lose their bracing and they just kind of drop in. When this happens, again, you're going to see the hips shoot back. You're going to see maybe them shift side to side, maybe the knees cave in. At the end of the day, we're losing a ton of efficiency. And you want to make sure when you've got a max weight on your back that you're not relaxing. It's dangerous and it's certainly not going to help you perform at your best. So we want to make sure that we're really dominating that end range position in the hole. Focusing on the bracing, focusing on maintaining rigidity and control. And then when we come up, that's when we really explode. So get under the bar. Okay, now this is kind of common when you see this. They'll hinge, it looks great, and they just dump in. Okay, so again, reason why this is problematic, you're not creating consistent rigidity and tension through your body the entire time. When you have a max load, things can go wrong. So you want to make sure that at the bottom range, we're staying tight, we're coming in, and then you're being very explosive and intentional in how we're directing force through our body.